If you're watching this right now, there's a good chance something isn't going the way you expected with your rental property. Maybe the rent isn't coming in consistently. Maybe maintenance has piled up. Maybe you've got vacancies or difficult tenants. Or or you trusted somebody to manage the property and now you're realizing things have gotten off track. First, I want to say this. Take a breath. You're not the only one in this situation. We talk to property owners like this all the time. Some tried to manage it themselves and slowly it got away from them. Others hired the wrong property manager and now they're dealing with the fallout. And sometimes they inherited the situation that was already messy. We've seen it all. Tenants not paying, no clear records of what's been collected, maintenance issues stacking up for months or even years, properties sitting vacant because they weren't properly prepared, in some cases just complete breakdowns in communication and organization. And if you're in that position, it can feel overwhelming, especially if you still have a mortgage and you're having to cover things out of your own pocket. So let's talk about what's actually going on here. At VP Property Management, we call this a rental rescue situation. And it's important to understand that this is very different from normal property management. Normal property management assumes things are already stable. Rent's being collected, tenants are in place, maintenance is under control. That's what standard management fees are built for. But when things are off track, we're not just managing it, we're rebuilding. The rental rescue can involve things like evictions or legal processes, catching up on unpaid rent, addressing maintenance issues that have been deferred, getting properties back into rent-ready condition, rebuilding communication with tenants, and in a lot of cases, just figuring out what actually happened in the first place. It's not just management, it's recovery. And I want to be very upfront with you here. Fixing a situation like this takes time. It takes money. And not because anyone's trying to make it harder on you, but because undoing these problems requires real work. Sometimes that means paying for repairs that should have been handled earlier, having short-term vacancies while we reposition the property, or covering turnover and legal costs to get things back on track. I know it's not always easy to hear, especially if things feel tight, but avoiding those steps usually makes things worse, not better. Now here's the part I want you to really hear. This can be fixed. We've helped lots of property owners come out of situations just like this. Properties that were losing money, sitting vacant, poorly managed. We've helped turn them into stable performing assets again. Not overnight, but with the right plan and the right execution, it can absolutely be turned around. Here's how we approach it. First, we assess everything. The tenants, the payments, the maintenance, the condition, the records. We need the full picture. Then we can build a clear plan. What needs to happen first? What's going to get the fastest result? Where do we stabilize things quickly? Then we can execute. From repairs to leasing to the legal process. We move quickly but strategically. And once things are stabilized, we shift into long-term management focused on performance and profitability. Now, I also want to be honest about something. This isn't the right fit for everyone. If you're ready to fix the situation properly and invest in turning the property around, we can absolutely help. But if you're looking for a quick, low-cost fix, or you're not in the position to put anything into the property, we may not be the best fit, and that's okay. Our goal is to be the right partner, not just any partner. But if you're sitting there right now feeling overwhelmed, unsure about what to do next, you don't have to figure this out alone. The worst thing you can do is ignore it. And the second worst thing is trying to fix it without a clear plan. If you want help, we're here to talk. We'll walk through your situation with you. We'll be honest about what it takes and help you decide the best next steps. So if your property needs a reset, reach out. Let's figure it out together.